the truth, I look better under you. I get lost when I'm with you. How can us know?
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am Alex. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. Today we have a tutorial on a middle part quick weave with 2 butterfly braids pinned to the back. I have been seeing this style kind of like floating around a little bit, but y'all know how every summer is something that's being ate up. So right now it's the butterfly braid being thrown all across the hair. So I'm with whatever my clients want to do. I do my quick weaves pretty much the same basic quick weave. My mold down is a little different. I do not use Morning Glory. So this is for the girls that want a 100% glue-free on your hair quick weave. The hair style is not glueless. There's no such thing as a glueless quick weave, y'all, because I am still going to use glue to apply her tracks, but I'm going to 100% secure her hair from any glue. So if you want to see how to do that method with the wrap strips and a stocking cap sewn on the edge of the client's hair, this is the tutorial for you. So the first thing you're going to do is just part out your leave out, and you're going to braid that down. You're going to make sure all the other hair is out the way because you don't want to braid that into your leave out. So I'm just going to do one big braid down the middle, and then I'm going to come back when I'm getting ready to do her perimeter braid for her stocking cap. Once the leave out is sectioned off, it is time to do a perimeter braid. This braid is the braid you are going to use to sew your cap and your wrap strips onto the client's hair to protect the client's hair from any glue. So you want a small perimeter braid. You don't want anything too thick, but you don't want a itty bitty one. So I just make it a good little size. Kind of like the braid size you do when you're doing like the half up, half down, when you're just stitching them in between the client's hairstyle. That's basically what I do. And this braid goes to the mid back of her head, so it goes all the way down. But I do not take it all the way around like a crown. I used to, but I just noticed sometimes clients are a little thinner on the sides, and if they are, it was a little bit better for me to just come from both sides. So I stop it right in the middle of the back of the client's head, and then I do the other braid the other way, and I just meet it and connect the braids. But I'm going to show y'all this side of her head. And y'all see I'm not pulling out too much hair because you do not need that much hair. The other hair you're going to braid 2 to 4 braids. Depending on my client's hair, I do 2 braids or I do 4 braids. Today I did 4 braids because her hair was a little bit thicker and I wanted her quick weave to be flat. So you just pretty much base your mold down based on the thickness of your client's hair. If the client hair is a little bit thinner, then you're going to do 2 braids. And if their hair is a little bit thicker, then you're going to do 3 to 4 braids. So I'm starting my first perimeter braid, and I start in the middle of the leave out, and then I'm just going to take it all the way around to the back in the middle. So once I'm done braiding and oiling my client's scalp, I am now about to do the protective wrap that I like. This is what makes the girls call the hairstyle glueless, y'all, because it really is glueless when you take it off, but you still use glue to apply the hair. So I don't really think it's glue. I don't know. It's however you want to look at it, honestly, because when my clients cut their cap off of their perimeter braid, the whole quick weave comes out. So right here, I'm showing y'all the difference between the mega strips and the regular wrap strip. The mega strip is the very last strip I showed, and it's super wide. Y'all see it? So it covers a lot of the head when you get ready to use the wrap strips for your client's protective mold. Because if you use the smaller wrap strips, me personally, I feel like you're going to use a lot of them. So that's why I like to use the mega strips. You use maybe 3 to 4. Or 4 to 5, not that many, but I promise you, you will use way more smaller wrap strips than anything, and you just don't want to have that many strips on your client's hair. I know for me, it saves a lot more time, and I just like to do it that way. You can have your client hold the strips in front or wherever you wrap them. You can have them hold them instead of tie them. I just like to have my clients, you know, be relaxed and everything. So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but it's real rare when I ask them to hold it, because I always just tie it because they never hold it, right? They be still trying to be on that phone. So anyways, y'all, I'm adding, I think I did 5 wraps on her. I think I did, I'm not sure, but either way, make sure you put enough wraps, because when you get ready to add your cap, you're going to sew both of them on, and you want to make sure that the wrap strips are on every piece of hair, y'all. When you tell these people it's glueless, they really gotta believe it's glueless. They really gotta believe when they cut their thread off of their cap that their whole quick weave is gonna come off. And when I start sewing my cap on, the same way I start my perimeter braid in the middle of the leave out at the top of the head, I start my threading at the back middle of their head, kind of where I said I do the connecting points of the 2 braids from each side. I start right there and start threading to the right. I always go to the right because I'm right-handed. It really don't matter which way you go. Whichever way is comfortable for you, go that way. Also, y'all, when I do my client's braid down, do y'all see how I left a little bit of her kitchen out, like the sides? I always leave that out when I'm doing a half up, half down, or a quick weave, because I do not like to braid that into my braid down, because I just feel like it just pulls on the client's hair. You ever had like a hairstyle, and when you take it out, like it's either bumpy or you've been scratching that area because it's just so tender and sore, or you may have a bald spot? That is traumatic alopecia, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all some game, okay? That is traumatic alopecia that comes from a hairstyle that has been pulling and tugging. Anytime you have a bald spot from, you know, a hairstyle, it's called traumatic alopecia, because baby, your hair is traumatized at the fact that it done been pulled and tugged on like that. For real though, let me just break it down out of this school book term. Your hair like, girl, why would you do that? Why did you do me like that? So make sure you get a hairstylist that cares about your hair, that wants you to keep your hair, that promotes hair growth in their chair, but also gives you a good slay. Make sure you find that balance, because it is super, super important. And that's why my clients trust me, y'all, and they love me, and they don't care what I do to their hair, because they know whatever I'm doing to their hair is to either grow their hair or make them look good. It's no in between. But anyways, y'all, so I'm sewing my cap all the way around, and I feel for my braid. That way I know I'm getting the whole perimeter braid. When I first started this method, I used to kind of miss the perimeter braid, because I used to be like, how are people sewing this cap on but the wraps are in the way? So just feel for your braid as you are sewing, and just go all the way around. You should end your threading where you started. I bought your dad a bunch of shit for Christmas, he ain't even say thank you.
I had no money left from acting, I was focused on the music. I used to always try and bring the CDs to my new shit. You be like, who's this? I be like, me, girl. You be like, oh, word, true shit. Then ask if we can listen to Ludacris. Car rides made me feel like I was losing it. Yeah, made me feel like I ain't have it like that. I was average like that. Started drinking way more than I used to. People form habits like that, girl. Yeah. Man enough to tell you I was hurt that year. I'm not even Christian, I still went to church that year. Guess I just had to pretend that year. I ain't even see my friends that year. Cause that should have been. You ain't really fuck with me way back then, but how about now? Cause I'm up right now. And you suck right now. Oh, you thought you had it all figured out back then, girl. How about now? Cause I'm up right now. And you suck right now. Yeah. Thought the little effort that you put in was enough, girl. How about now? Yeah. Girl, how about now? How about now, girl? What about now, girl? How about now?
Once my cap is sewn on and I have cut all the excess off, I do spray my cap with some holding spray. I used even spray today, and this just helps the track stick better. So you could use Spritz, Got to Be, Tresemme, any holding spray. I can't really think of any more, y'all, but any holding spray is good. It just gives it that extra stick. And I do not measure my tracks anymore, y'all. Like, I do so much different with my quick weaves. The more you are on your hair journey, you're just gonna learn different ways to achieve whatever. Like, so many stylists do it different. But anyways, I do not measure my tracks anymore and glue them. I pre-glue the whole width, and then I start to lay my client's hair, and I just cut it when I get to the other side. Y'all, this saves so much more time. I promise you it takes about 20 minutes off of the hairstyle, like, because it's like you just going around cutting. You don't even notice how fast you laying the track, because you just like, oh dang, like I just was laying the first one, because you're not measuring and then cutting and then pre-gluing the track and then laying it down. Once you just go ahead and pre-glue it, and I do put my clients under the dryer after I spray the cap with any type of holding spray, just to give the holding spray time to dry. So while that is happening, I am pre-gluing the tracks, which has caused the glue to get a little bit tacky. And it's like the perfect stick, y'all. So if you haven't tried this method, please do. I am currently wanting to try the flip over method with the tracks instead of cutting them, because y'all know I'm getting ready to sell hair. So I want to offer my clients, you know, a different type of quick weave. You know, I want them to be able to get a sew in with the hair, because the hair is reusable. So I want them to be able to get a sew in with the hair without having their widths cut. So I am looking into trying that method. I have been seeing that on my Instagram and TikTok, so I feel like that's a sign, y'all. So now I'm about to just finish laying these tracks, y'all, and I do straighten as I go, because my client wanted a straight look today with her braids. So I straighten as I go, and I will be back when I am doing her butterfly braid.
Don't need to know what's going on, it won't be on
Bought a spaceship, now I'm a space cadet. Big white mansion in my habitat. Aim a lot of stitch like a laser tag. Fuck a rich bitch, having rich sex. Smoke a lot of trees, need a weed plant. Did take a lean where the lean at. Sleeping on these G's is a beanbag. Got me going jeans cause I'm cool, right? Checking from my fan life is fantastic. I was broke as hell, sleeping on the mattress. Living like a hell when nobody happy. Hot shells jumping out, they send me automatic. Ran it up by the condo, got a new edit. Now the VVs with a V-long jean jacket. They can see me even if you had 3D glasses. Bad bitch in the bikini, she from Calabasas. Got a pocket full of blue cheese and some green relish. I'm a psycho for these hundreds, got a cash fetish. I've been studying these hundreds, I'm a mathematic. And this love make me wanna buy my daddy candy. Since the love got me geeked up, I don't need a headache. Drake gold, let these niggas know we've already. Sneaking clothes on my bitches, we ain't ball capping. Alien feel like I'm living on my own planet. Bought a spaceship, now I'm a space cadet. Big white mansion in my habitat. Aim a lot of stitch like a laser tag. Fuck a rich bitch, having rich sex. Smoke a lot of trees, need a weed plant. Did take a lean where the lean at. Sleeping on these G's is a beanbag. Got me going jeans cause I'm cool, right? She know she was overseas, they were pan level. Shop in Tokyo, Japan, they the best of. Blue bear t-shirt, sleeve button level. Hard top, turn a vert, riding anywhere. Ain't got a band down, this ain't a propeller. Man, we spend a dime, copping Gucci sweaters. Said the dribble niggas drowning, I cannot help it. Used to boom, now the guys, we are not the devil.
So once I have finished laying my client's tracks, straightening her tracks, and doing her leave out, I am now about to style it. And like I said at the beginning of the video, she wanted 2 of the butterfly braids pinned to the back, so that is what I did for her. So when I got ready to do the braid, I didn't want too many flyaways, so I put a little bit of my Murray's wax on her hair. And I do mean just a little bit, y'all. Y'all don't want to make this hair greasy. No hair. Don't make it greasy. No greasy hair. No greasy hair. So what I am doing is just a regular braid. Nothing too fancy, like a fishtail braid is not really that detailed. So I'm just going to braid it all the way down. And as you can see, I'm adding wax as I braid down because I do not want too many flyaways. I really, really don't. I want it to be really cute when I get ready to fluff it out, and I don't want it to be more on the messy side. So I do not braid the butterfly braid all the way down, simply because I am going to pin it in the middle of her head. So I'm just measuring it, seeing if it's meeting the middle of her head, and when it does, that's when I am going to stop braiding, and I am going to secure it with 2 small rubber bands. These are the Annie rubber bands, the 300 count. That is the size that I am using. I am not using the 150 count size. That size would be a little too big. And it may work, but you're just going to have to wrap the rubber band so many times. This is when a braid just become real tea. Like when it get fluffed out, that's my favorite because it just looks like a simple braid when you braid it. But like teasing it just, it makes it so pretty. So I tease it until it's to my liking. I love it to be fluffy and big, especially because I'm wrapping it to the back. So I want to make sure that it is super fluffy and that you can see it from the sides when you are looking at my client's side view. Like, that is so freaking cute. And the fact that it's straight, I would have went with a curl look with these braids, but the fact that it's straight is still cute. So once I wrap it to the middle, I'm just going to bobby pin it to the cap, and the cap under the client's head. All you do is just stick the bobby pin in, and it's gonna go straight through the wrap paper, so it's gonna be easy to just put it in there. And then you do the exact same step on the other side, y'all, and this is how the look will come out. Yes, ma'am. This is that AlluredByAlex Slay, y'all. Y'all don't get this anywhere. This is so tea, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Please let me know what y'all want to see in my next video. Leave me some likes and comments. See y'all in my next tutorial.